Good morning, students. So today our topic is cyanides. So and last three previous classes we discussed about the nitrogen compounds, and the part of that, so we will discuss about the cyanides and isocyanates. This is the last chapter in the nitrogen compound. So yesterday we discussed about the aryl diazonium salts. In previous classes we discussed about the amines, primary amines, secondary amines and tertiary amines. So we also discussed about the nitroalkanes and alkyl nitrates. These are all the nitrogen compounds. So now we discussed about the cyanides. So this is the cyanides and isocyanates. The both are functional isomers. So let's discuss about the cyanides and isocyanates. So the cyanides, about the cyanides and isocyanates. So the cyanides and isocyanates having both are having same general molecular formula. So the major difference between the cyanides and isocyanates are the functional arrangement. So here the cyanide, this is the cyanide group. Take as a cyanide the carbon between the nitrogen, we have 3 bonds, so that we call as a cyanide. In cyanides, so the carbon is directly attached to the hydrocarbon chain. So in isocyanates, so here also same thing, the carbon and nitrogen between the 3 triple bond. So but here the nitrogen is directly attached to the hydrocarbon chain. So that is the major difference between the cyanides and isocyanates. The both compounds having same molecular formula, CnH2n-1n. So this is the general molecular formula of the cyanides. For example, if you observe the methyl cyanide, so this is the methyl cyanide, so this is the methyl isocyanates. So both are having same molecular formula. What is the molecular formula of methyl cyanide and methyl isocyanate? C2H3n. So this is the general molecular formula of the cyanides and isocyanates. So let's see so how to prepare the cyanides and isocyanates. What is the nomenclature of the cyanides and isocyanates as per the common names and IUPAC nomenclature. So first we discussed about the, so this is the major difference between the cyanides and isocyanates. So the both are functional isomers. So the common, we have 2 types of nomenclature. So generally in cyanides and isocyanates, the first one common names, the second one IUPAC names. So let us discuss about the common names of cyanides and isocyanates. So common names. So we called as a, in common names, the cyanides called as a alkyl cyanides, and isocyanates we also called as a alkyl isocyanates. So we will discuss some of the few of the examples we were discussing here. First we start with the 1 carbon, and later we increase the carbon number. First we write the molecular formula here, C2H3n. So this is the molecular formula. We are existing 2 isomers, one is cyanide, another one isocyanate. So this is the methyl cyanide. Here, so we can take as a methyl group, so attached with the cyanide group. So that's why we call as a methyl cyanide. So here the methyl group attached with the isocyanate groups. So that's why we call as a methyl isocyanates. So generally the cyanides and isocyanates common names are called as a alkyl cyanides, alkyl isocyanates. Let's see some of the examples of cyanides and isocyanates. So this is the methyl cyanide. So for example, if you take the C2H5 and Cn and C2H5NC, these both are ethyl cyanide. This one ethyl cyanide and this one methyl. So this group we called as a ethyl because of we have presenting 2 carbons. That's why we called as a ethyl group. So this is the ethyl isocyanate. So let's see some of the examples of the increasing carbons here from 1 to 3. We know the very well. So the carbons are present in the carbon chain. For example, if you take the only 1 carbon, that is called methyl, and 2 carbons ethyl, 3 carbon propyl, and 4 carbons butyl, and 5 carbons pentyl, and 6 carbons hexyl, and 7 carbons septyl. So these are the carbons chain increasing, so we call as a cyanides and isocyanates. For example, this is the ethyl cyanide. So these are all common nomenclatures of the cyanides and isocyanates. For example, if you take C3, H7, Cn and C3, H7, Nc. So this is the propyl group here. So we have 3 carbons present, that's why we call as a propyl group. So this is the propyl cyanide. So this is propyl isocyanate. So later we discuss about the IUPAC nomenclature of the cyanides and isocyanates. In IUPAC nomenclature we call as a nitriles and isonitriles, with the cyanides represented by the nitriles and the isocyanates called as a isonitriles. So let's see in IUPAC nomenclature of the cyanides and isocyanates. So the cyanides we called as a, so this is the cyanide group, we called as a nitrile. In isocyanate we called as a, so this is the isocyanate group, so we called as a isonitril. Okay, so here we count the number, so the carbon number here cyanide group also, here isocyanate group also. That is the major difference between the common names and IUPAC names. For example, here we called as a number of carbons as a root word, plus a, in, the primary suffix we take as a an, in, ein, primary suffix we take as a an, in, ein. So the secondary suffix for the cyanides, nitriles, if isocyanates, isonitriles. So that is the secondary suffix of the both of them, and nitriles and cytonitriles. Let's see what is happening here. The major difference between the common names and we can observe the IUPAC names. So okay, some of the examples we discussed. So this is the structure of IUPAC nomenclature of the cyanides and isocyanates. First we take as a number of carbons as a root word. So the primary suffix is a an, in, ein. So plus the secondary suffix is the cyanide group present at the hydrocarbon chain, that we call as the nitriles. If the isocyanate group present in the secondary suffix, that we call as a isonitril. So let's see some of the compounds we discussed about the IUPAC nomenclatures. Like if you take the methyl cyanide, so this is the methyl cyanide and this is the methyl isocyanate. The common name, we call as a common name. So what is the difference between the IUPAC names and common names? This is the methyl cyanide. If you have in methyl cyanide we have 2 carbons, so that's why we take a root word eth. So we know very well if the carbons are present 2 carbons, we take a eth plus. So these carbons between carbon there is a saturation bonds, that's why we take as a primary suffix as a an. So this is the cyanide group present. So the suffix, secondary suffix cyanide group nitrate. So totally we called as a ethane nitrate. So what is the common name of this compound? So this is the methyl cyanide. So that is the difference. Here we take the cyanide group carbon also we can count in the IUPAC nomenclature. If you take in common names, so there is no count the cyanide carbon. So here we count also cyanide carbon also. That is the major difference. That's why we have 2 carbons in the methyl cyanides. That's why we take as a eth. So the carbon between the carbon we have saturated bonds A, and this cyanide. So what is the primary secondary suffix nitrile? Totally we called as a ethane nitrate. So what is the IUPAC name of methyl isocyanate? Here we have 2 carbons. So that's why we take eth plus the carbon between the carbon there is no unsaturation A. So here nitro isocyanate group is present. That's why we call as a ethane nitrate. Ethane isonitrate. This is the IUPAC name of methyl isocyanate. So this is the major difference between the IUPAC nomenclature and common name. So this is the, if you take this compound, so the methyl cyanide is the common name. The IUPAC name is ethane nitrate. So this is the methyl isocyanate is the common name. What is the IUPAC name? Ethane isonitrate. Let's we see. So some of the compounds we can practice the IUPAC nomenclature. So first, for example, if you take this one, CH3 and CH2 and Cl. So how many carbons are present in the carbon chain? We have 3 carbon chain. So that's why we take as a prop. If the carbon chain 4, we take but, 1 meth, 2 eth, 3 prop plus. So the carbon between the carbon all are saturated. That's why we take as alkane, in primary suffix. So this is cyanide groups are present. So that's why we take as a nitrate. Totally this compound, what is the IUPAC name of this compound? Propone nitrile. Propone nitrile. So the IUPAC name of this compound. What is the common name of this compound? Ethyl cyanide. Ethyl cyanide. So that is the difference between the IUPAC name and common name. So if you take this propane nitrile with if you take here isocyanate group, so what is this compound? IUPAC nomenclature. Here we take secondary suffix as a isonitrate. So propano isonitrate. So this is the difference between the IUPAC name and common name. Let's see preparations of some of the preparations of cyanates and isocyanates. Okay. So preparation of cyanates and isocyanates from alkyl halides. So alkyl halides to prepare the cyanates and isocyanates. Alkyl halides. So generally the general structure of alkyl halides RX. The alkyl halides we also called as a halogen compounds. So to react with potassium cyanide to prepare the cyanide compounds. So this is the cyanide compounds. If alkyl halides to react with silver cyanide to prepare the isocyanate. So that is the major difference between these two compounds. For example, if alkyl halides to react with potassium cyanide to prepare the cyanates, if alkyl halides to reaction with silver cyanide to prepare the isocyanates. For example, if you take a simple example to discuss this preparation. For example, if you prepare the methyl cyanates and methyl isocyanates, methyl cyanide and methyl isocyanate. So what is the products we take from methyl cyanide and methyl isocyanates? Let's see what is happening methyl cyanates and methyl isocyanate. Okay, cyanates and isocyanates to prepare. For example, if you prepare the methyl cyanide and methyl isocyanate, what is the products we take? For example, methyl chloride. So here we take the methyl chloride to react with potassium cyanide to prepare the methyl cyanide. So this is the methyl cyanide. The second one, methyl chloride to react with silver cyanide to prepare the methyl isocyanate. So some of the from aldoxymes to react with aldoxyme to prepare the cyanates and isocyanates. Okay. So from aldoxymes. So what is the aldoxyme? How to prepare the aldoxymes from aldehydes? So you know very well how can you prepare the aldoxymes. So aldoxymes. So generally the aldehyde to react with hydroxylamine to prepare the aldoxyme. So this we are called as a aldoxyme. This aldoxyme to react with sulfonyl chloride under the or acetic anhydride, sulfonyl chloride or acetic anhydride to prepare the cyanides are the products. Let's see what is happening with the aldoxyme to react with the cyanates and isocyanates. What is the products we are getting? So okay. So this is the aldoxyme. So the aldoxyme to prepare from aldehyde to react with hydroxyl amine to prepare the aldoxyme. So this aldoxyme further reaction with sulfonyl chloride and acetic anhydride. So these both, as you wish, this both reagent to prepare the aldaxan to cyanates, as you wish. If you take the sulfonyl chloride or acetic anhydride. So this is the aldaxan. So the cyanide is the product. So let's see some of the examples. If you take the acetoxam involving in this reaction to prepare the acetoxam to prepare the methyl cyanide is the product. Methyl cyanide is the product. So this is the major difference between the cyanates and isocyanate preparations. Some carboxylic acids to the third reaction from the we are preparing from the cyanates, isocyanates from carboxylic acid. So okay, let's see the from carboxylic acid reaction to prepare the cyanates and isocyanates. Okay, so first of all, the carboxylic acid, we know the carboxylic acid functional group. What is the functional group present in the carboxylic acid? So this is the functional group, the carboxylic acid functional group, this one carboxylic acid functional group. So if you take the carboxylic acid to react with ammonia to form the intermediate that we call as a salt formation, we also called as a salt formation, minus and plus. So after that, this salt formation, because of this carboxylic acid act as a acid, this ammonia act as a base. Because of this, both are reacting to form the salt. So after that, we are getting this form salt to involving in the hydrolysis process under aluminum oxide to produce the cyanates or the products. For example, if you take a simple example, in case acetic acid involving in this reaction, acetic acid involving in this reaction. So what is the product? So this intermediate we are getting ammonium acetate salt or we are getting. So this ammonium salt, after involving in hydrolysis process, we are getting the methyl cyanide is the product. So next we see some of the important reaction to prepare the cyanates from amines, primary amines to prepare the cyanates to. This is also one of the identification test of primary amines. So we know very well this reaction, carbyl amine test. So that in this carbyl amine test, the primary amines involving in the reaction under the chloroform and base like sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, strong bases, to produce the isocyanates are the products. Let's see the isocyanate preparation from primary amines. Primary amines. So what is the primary amines? So this one as a primary amine RNH2 involving in this reaction under the chloroform to react with chloroform under basic condition like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide to prepare the isocyanates are the products. So for example, if you take the phenol aniline to react in this reaction, chloroform 2 and sodium hydroxide to form the phenyl isocyanate. So this is the identification test of primary amines. So this is also useful for the identification test of primary amines. So these are the preparations of the in our syllabus to prepare the cyanates and isocyanates. The first one alkyl halides, the second one from carboxylic acid, the third one from carbyl amine test. So the next we discussed about the physical properties of the cyanates and isocyanates. Okay. So generally the cyanates and isocyanates are cyanates and isocyanates are both are solid form. So if you take the cyanates and isocyanates, these are pungent smells. So very strong smell, giving strong smell. This is also the both are very poisonous character. So the both compounds are having poisonous character. For example, if you observe the boiling points of and melting points of both of these compounds, so always the equal molar mass of the cyanates and isocyanates, the cyanates having more boiling point and melting point compared to the isocyanates. For example, So the boiling point and melting points of the cyanates are more than isocyanates. The equal molar mass of the compound, if you take a simple molecule, methyl cyanide and methyl isocyanate, so both are having same molar mass. What is the molar mass of this compound? So we take as a molecular weight. The molecular weight of these both compounds are, so we have two carbons, 2 into 12, 24. So first of all we write the molecular formula C2H3N. So here we have two carbons, 2 into 12 plus 3 into 1. So we have 3 hydrogen, that's why 3 into 1. So 1 into 1 nitrogen, 40. So the total 24 plus 3 plus 14. So 38 plus 41. These both compounds having same molecular weight, molecular formula, molecular weight same, 41. So if you compare the boiling points of these compounds, the methyl cyanide boiling point 82 degrees, methyl cyanide's boiling point 82 degrees, and methyl isocyanate boiling point 60 degrees. So that's why we always the cyanates boiling point, melting points more than to the equal molar mass of the isocyanates. So let's be discussed about the chemical properties of the cyanates and isocyanates. Let's be discussed about the chemical properties of the cyanates and isocyanates. Okay. So we start with the cyanates hydrolysis reaction. So both of the involving in hydrolysis reaction. So if cyanates are involving in hydrolysis reaction, so we are getting the carboxylic acid is the product. If for example, if you take the isocyanates are involving in this reaction, so this is the cyanates to involving in the hydrolysis process, hydrolysis reaction. So what is called hydrolysis? So you are adding to the water to the cyanide molecule. So in the presence of strong acids or bases like, so here we break the carbon between the nitrogen bond. So what is the nature of carbon bond in the presence of nitrogen? So the carbon having positive charge, the nitrogen having negative charge. Because of that, so the carbon having low electronegativity when compared to nitrogen. So that's why we can break this. So in this area we are addition the water molecule, the water molecule having H plus and OH minus. So finally we are getting the carboxylic acid is the product. If the cyanates are involving in this reaction. So for example, if you take a simple example like methyl cyanide, the methyl cyanide to involving in hydrolysis reaction, we are getting the acetic acid is the product. So let's see. So some of the isocyanate hydrolysis reaction. So what is the products we are getting? So this is the isocyanate involving in the hydrolysis process. Here also we break the bonds between the nitrogen and carbon. Here the nitrogen having negative charge and the carbon having positive charge. In hydrolysis process, H plus and OH minus. Here the addition of OH minus ions, here addition of H plus ion. Finally we are getting the amines or the products. That is the difference between the cyanates and isocyanates. The cyanates are involving in the hydrolysis reaction. So we are getting the carboxylic acid is the product. If the isocyanates are involving in this reaction, so amines are the products. The primary amines are the products. Let's see some of the examples. So methyl isocyanate. If you take a methyl isocyanate in this place, so we are getting the methyl amine is the product. So this is the process to we are getting the cyanates to converting into the carboxylic acid involving in hydrolysis process. The isocyanates involving in this reaction to amines are the products. So let's see the reduction reactions of the cyanates and isocyanates. So the reactions. So the reduction in presence of sodium ethanol. Sodium ethanol. So this is one of the reduction reagent to use to converting into cyanates to amines and isocyanates to amines. So let's see what is happening. The cyanates are involving in this reaction and isocyanates are involving in this reaction. We start with the cyanates. So this is the cyanate to reduction involving in the reduction reactions. So under the sodium ethanol. So sodium ethanol to produce the primary amines are the products. So this is the primary amine. So primary amines are the products. If for example, if you take the methyl cyanide, here methyl cyanide, what is the product? We are getting methyl cyanide involving in the reduction process under the condition sodium ethanol reagent. So this is the product. Ethyl amine is the product. Ethyl amine is the product. So this is the happening when the primary amines are produced from the cyanates. If the isocyanates are involving in the reduction process, what is the products? Let's see. So isocyanates are involving in this reaction. Okay. So the isocyanates like RNC, so involving in the sodium ethanol under the sodium ethanol reagent condition to produce the secondary amines are the products. So that is the difference. If the cyanates are involving in the reduction process, the products are primary amines. If the isocyanates are involving in this reaction, the products are secondary amines. So for example, if you take methyl isocyanate, so this is the methyl isocyanate involving in this reaction to produce the dimethyl amine is the products. Dimethyl amine is the products. So this is the reduction process of the both cases, and cyanates and isocyanates. The cyanates are given the primary amines and isocyanates are given the secondary amines. Okay. The reductions involving in the lithium aluminum hydride reagent or sodium borohydride. So the both cases, what is the happening? So the start with the lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride. These reagents to use to the reduction of the cyanates and isocyanates. So we are using lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride. So if the primary amine cyanates are involving in this reaction, lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride reagent. So in presence of lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride, the cyanates are reduction under the reduction in presence of lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride. So we are getting the primary amines is the products. So if you take the isocyanates in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride, so reduction involving in the reduction process, we are getting the secondary amines is the products. Let's see what is happening if some of the examples we discussed. If you take the methyl cyanate to involving in this reduction process. So if you take the simple example, methyl cyanate, this is the methyl cyanate, CH3Cl, methyl cyanate. The methyl cyanide involving in this reduction process, we are getting the methyl amine is the product. This is the primary amine. So for example, if you take the isocyanates, what is happening if the isocyanates are involving in this reduction process? Let's see. So if the isocyanates involving in the reduction process under the lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, so what is the products we are getting? So we are getting the any reagent. We take lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride. So we are getting the secondary amines is the product. So this is the secondary amines we are getting. So that is the difference between the primary amines and secondary amines. So this two types of reduction process. We also catalytic reduction process. In this catalytic reduction process, we take the catalyst like platinum or ranny nickel under hydrogenation in the presence of platinum and ranny nickel. So in both cases the cyanides are given the primary amines and isocyanates are given the secondary amines. So that is the difference between the primary and secondary amines in reduction process involving. So we have also partial reduction. So under the metal acidic nature condition, so we discussed about that. So partial reduction under the metal plus acidic condition. For example, partial reduction, what is happening if the cyanides are involving in the partial reduction? So under the metal acidic nature, so we are getting the aldamine is the product. So this aldamine again involving in hydrolysis process, finally we are getting the aldehyde is the product. This is the cyanides are involving in this reaction, the partial oxidation reduction process. Finally we are getting the aldehyde is the product. Through the aldamine is the intermediate. Finally we are getting the aldehyde is the product. For example, if you take some of the examples we discussed here, methyl isocyanate. So this is the methyl isocyanate involving in this reaction. So we are getting the acetaldamine is the intermediate. Finally we are getting the acetaldehyde is the product. Acetaldehyde is the product. So this is the partial reduction process under the metal acidic condition. So we discussed about the isocyanates partial reduction process reactions. Let's see what is happening if the isocyanates are involving in partial reduction process. Finally we are getting the what is the product. So here the cyanates are involving in the partial reduction process through aldamine intermediate. After that we are hydrolysis. Finally we are getting the acetaldehyde is the product. Okay. So let's see isocyanates are involving in this partial reduction process. So what is happening? The partial reduction process if the isocyanates are involving. So this is the intermediate we are getting. After hydrolysis, this intermediate we are getting the primary amines is the product. Primary amines are the products. Let's see what is happening if the primary amines are the products. So that is the difference if the cyanates are partial reduction process involving. So we have the carbonyl compounds that we call aldehyde. If the isocyanates are involving in this process, we are getting the primary amines is the product. For example, if you take the simple compound methyl isocyanate, so this is a methyl isocyanate involving in this reduction process. So finally we are getting the methyl amine. Methyl amine is the one of the primary amine product. Okay, let's see what is happening if the oxidation process we have under the mercuric oxide. So we are getting the cyanates are involving in this process. We have to cyanates are formed. So let's see what is happening to the oxidation process of the mercuric oxide. Methyl. So this is the reagent we are using for the oxidation process, mercuric oxide. The mercuric oxide to involving in this oxidation process, to the cyanates are involving in mercuric oxide to form the cyanates. So this is the cyanates we are getting. If the isocyanates oxidation process involving in the oxidation process, we have the isocyanates are the products. These two products we discussed about that. So this is the oxidation process. This is also one of the ligand and pseudo halogen, the cyanate group, also isocyanate group. So if you take these two compounds to reduction oxidation involving in this process, we are getting these products. For example, if you take the methyl cyanates and methyl cyanates, we are getting the methyl cyanates are the product. So here methyl isocyanate, the product is methyl isocyanate is the products. So this methyl isocyanates we know the very well in the, it is a very poisonous character. So under the Bhopal disaster at 1984, So what is the Bhopal disaster in 1984? The Union Carbide Company and December night to December 2nd night and morning 3. So the disaster is caused at December 2nd. So many people are injured for this disaster. So the company of Union Carbide Company, the leak the gas methyl isocyanate. So that's why there is a very big disaster in the chemical factories in India. So approximately the 5,000 people are dead for this disaster. So the 5 lakhs people are injured about this methyl isocyanate disaster. So this is very poisonous gas. So okay, so this is today our topic. Tomorrow we will discuss with new topic. Thank you. Watch my channel. Do subscribe my channel. Share my